and he just wanted to come check on me as I record my December reads. Hello. Okay. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the books that I plan to read for the month of December. So to get right into it, I'm going to start off with William Shakespeare's A Midnight Summer's Dream. Now this is something that I've had for a very long time. As you can see of this book, the pages are dark, it's aged very well. This book is only 66 pages. The premise of this book is showing the many forms of love. We have 4 Athenians running through the forest. I believe 2 boys fall in love with the same girl, and Puck the fairy is playing a game on them per his master's request, I believe. But I'm super excited to reread this and figure out why I loved it so much back then. The next book that I have to read is actually a gift that I received during Thanksgiving by one of my friends that came to stay with me, and that is Ali Hazelwood's Check-in Mate. Now this is not my first Ali Hazelwood book. The first one that I've ever read by this author was Love Theoretically, and I adored that book, and I believe I gave that a 5-star. The romance between the characters, the way she wrote, the banter, I ate it up. So I'm excited to dive into this one, and this is something that I'm actually going to be buddy reading with my best friend. I personally don't know what it's about, and I'm going to read the back of it. Mallory Greenleaf is done with chess. Every move counts nowadays. After the sport led to the destruction of her family 4 years earlier, Mallory's focus is on her mom, her sisters, and the dead-end job that keeps the lights on. That is, until she begrudgingly agrees to play in one last charity tournament and inadvertently wipes the board with notorious king killer Nolan Sawyer, current world champion and reigning bad boy of chess. Nolan's loss to an unknown rookie shocks everyone, especially Mallory. What's even more confusing is his desire to cross pawns again. What kind of gambit is Nolan playing? The smart move would be to walk away, resign, game over. But Mallory's victory opens the door to sorely needed cash prizes, and despite everything, she can't help feeling drawn to the enigmatic strategist. As she rockets up the ranks, Mallory struggles to keep her family safely separated from the game that wrecked it in the first place. And as her love for the sport she so desperately wanted to hate begins to rekindle, Mallory quickly realizes that the games aren't only on the board, the spotlight is hotter than she imagined, and the competition can be fiercely attractive and intelligent and infuriating. So I'm intrigued. I don't know a whole lot about chess, so if they do bring up a lot of like chess moves and her playing, hopefully I'm able to fully grasp it, but I will give you an update on whether or not I liked it and if you should pick it up as well. The next book that I have is Bookshops and Bonedust. Now this is something that I've been super geeked to get my hands on. I previously read Legends and Lattes earlier in the year, and that was described, well, it was presented to me as a cozy fantasy, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love coffee shops. I love the vibes that it was giving. It was just such a feel-good read for me. So here we have Bookshops and Bonedust. Now to give you a little synopsis of what it's about, Viv is a young, battle-hungry orc, but her career with the notorious mercenary company Rackham's Ravens isn't going as planned. Wounded during the hunt for a powerful necromancer, she's packed off against her will to recuperate in the sleepy beach town of Merk, so far away from action that she worries she'll never be able to return to it. What's a thwarted soldier of fortune to do? Spending her hours at a bookshop in the company of its foul-mouthed proprietor is the last thing that Viv would have predicted, but it may be both exactly what she needs and the seed of changes that she couldn't possibly imagine. Still, adventure isn't all that far away. A suspicious traveler in gray, a gnome with a chip on her shoulder, a summer fling, and an improbable number of skeletons prove Merk to be more eventful than Viv could have ever expected. So this was a little bit of a wild card. Hopefully I get into it and enjoy it. Now this book is about 332 pages, so not that bad. I should be able to blaze through this. Hopefully, I don't know if it will be a 5, a 3. At this point, I don't even care about the stars that I'll give any of these books. I'm just excited to read. Everything seems to be slowing down as people are spending time with friends and family, and I will definitely not only be doing that, but spending a little bit more time reading than watching TV. Lately, I just haven't been caring for TV. Lastly, I have for you Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Now, this is the first book that's ever been released by this author, and it is a fantasy. I feel like fantasy is just something that I've recently discovered. I can't get enough of it, and if you have any more fantasy recommendations, please make sure you include it in the comments below. I will check them out. I will add them to my list and hopefully do a review on them. So if you have any recommendations, add them in the comments below. Back to Powerless. This is something that has been blowing up on the internet, so I thought, why not give it a try? I believe this has to do with the enemies to lovers. So on the front of the book, you have hunted hunter destined for each other. And on the back, we have 2 quotes for 2 of the characters that you'll see in the book. So I'm going to go ahead and read that. The first character we have is Peyton. And the 3 words used to describe Peyton is thief, ordinary, and survivor. The first quote by the character Peyton is that, "I've never been looked at like it's a privilege to be in my presence, an honor to hold my gaze, a gift to get a glimpse of me. Not until I met him." And then the next character we have is Kai. The 3 words used to describe him is prince, elite, and enforcer. And then the quote by Kai is, "If I'm able to be her enemy, I want it to be because she loathes herself for wanting me. She is the very thing he has spent his whole life hunting, and he is the very thing she has spent her whole life pretending to be, and fate ensured they would find each other." So this just seems really cute. Overall, Powerless is about an extraordinary kingdom of Ilya, the exceptional, the elites. The elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Ilya and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Peyton Gray, an ordinary posing as a psychic to blend in with the elites. But when she unwittingly saves one of Ilya's princes, Kai Azar, she's thrown into the purging trials or brutal competitions showcasing the elite's powers. I'm just so happy that I have this book in my hands. I did order this the same time as I got Bookshops and Bonedust. They both were released November 7th, and I'm finally getting to them. Those are all the books I have to share that are going to carry me through the month of December. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.